Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Halo Forever, where we play every level of Halo, going all the way through to the launch of Halo Infinite, which hopefully is in December. Making sure, all right? I'm getting worried, getting scared. But until then, I have somebody who is always with me along the way on this show, and today is no exception, of course. Today I have the one and only Green Eggs and Camilo. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, doing great. Really happy to be here and to play some Halo 2.
That's
Very
right.
excited.
Yes. Of course, yes, we're playing Halo 2 Anniversary Edition, which is exclusively actually on the Master Chief Collection. We are both playing on console. I'm playing on S. He's playing on X. And let's get this started. So we're moved on to what was it? Sacred Icon is the mission.
Icon. Yep.
I believe we are now transitioning back to the Arbiter, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that's correct. It's been a little bit since I've run through these games, but
yeah,
I want to see Arbiter. Yeah.
It's been a bit since I recorded last because I I definitely doubled up last week. So
Sure.
Trying to put it all together in my mind. But Camilo, go ahead and tell the folks who are you? Who how should they know you?
So for the most part, I feel like the way we met was through Dual Shockers, and I was riding for them while we were there. I was there like a lot briefer than a lot of people were, but I'm sure you've been through the whole thing with that. But
Somewhat,
yeah,
yeah.
so yeah. Like I mean, I was doing reviews and doing news and just various editorials here and there. Written for a few different sites. Currently writing for the amazing people over at the Outerhaven, super cool guys over there.
Awesome title.
Yeah, and then just trying to just do some freelance stuff, trying to like dip my toes into some other games industry stuff that we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, like I'm kind of have my fingers all over the place in the games industry and trying to do more, and yeah, just trying to see what comes of it.
No, for sure. And I remember, I'm trying to remember the first like major introduction that we had with each other, and I believe it was that Game of the Year, if I'm not mistaken,
I think so, yeah.
for Dual Shockers, where it was, I don't even know how many people. It was like 13. It was a lot of people. I had to make a lot of layouts of just people, and then I had to like switch between pages of people. That's just how many voices we had there.
That was like 4 hours, I think.
Oh my god, at least
like maybe more.
Yeah, and I don't even remember if we did multiple days. I think it was just 4 hours. I think we just went straight through it.
Yeah, it was just one. Like we just went all the way through. I want to say like 4-ish hours. It was it was an experience, man. I remember. At one point, I brought out a katana to defend Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yes,
that was fun. That was a good time.
Yeah, and I can't remember. That was the year I kept taking off my shirt for angry things. I don't think I did during that one. I think I did it for the PAX panel. But yeah, no, that Game of the Year is it's tough.
Very contentious. Just everyone has the one game that they're very passionate about, or even multiple games.
Yes. So. And I believe, as much as I love Yakuza Like a Dragon and the Yakuza series, Judgment screwed us over last Game of the Year, and by screwed us over, I mean the certain people that wanted other games that year, because it turned into a giant coup where everyone just switched up off at the end. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! But nah, at the same time, glad that we were able to hash it out for so long.
We got there eventually.
Yeah, and there's so much fun, and honestly, that was the most honest for people that wonder how Game of the Year is determined. If you want an honest depiction of how Dual Shockers was depicted, it was that. It was all of us talking about it, yelling, arguing, laughing, and then finally coming to a unanimous decision near the end. And yeah, that was a fun process. Were you there I think that was the second year that I did it. I'm trying to remember who year before that, but I was pulling for Resident Evil. Sorry, Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2. But
that would have been a good one. That probably would have been mine.
Yeah.
If I was around.
So if you can, the number one question that I ask obviously everyone, and this probably be an easy one. What is the origin of your gamer tag? As
I
we
mean,
talk,
I've always
as we talk while these awesome cutscenes are happening.
this looks amazing. Like I mean, I've seen Anniversary like in recent years, but like it always looks good.
Yes.
But oh yeah, so my gamer tag, it is a very just like low hanging fruit joke and reference to Dr. Seuss. I mean, there was not really a whole lot of thought to it. I was like, this is clever, I think,
Yeah.
and I just kind of ran with it. It's green eggs and cam with a Z because S was definitely taken. I want to say so. I remember being like a little bitter about that because it's also my handle on Twitter,
Yeah.
and I was like, you know what? I kind of like it with the Z now, just because it makes it like I guess stand out a little bit more.
Sure.
So yeah, that's the short version of that. Trying to reacclimate myself here.
No, yeah, I know. Me too. Because I'm like, I play. It's bouncing back between. So right now I'm playing in my Elite controller. When I'm on PC, I play with the mouse keyboard. When I play console, obviously, I'm playing this. I'm trying to remember where to go. I think we actually
We have to
do damage to this, right? And then I can go down here. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
we just hit the button and we just drop down. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, this looks great in the old school graphics. Wonderful.
Yeah, the what is this? I forgot what the name of this gun that I have in my hand. The carbine looks
Carbine,
real
yeah.
not great in the old graphics.
Yeah, like I mean, I love Halo 2, but yeah, like I mean, these new graphics are just
Yeah,
top notch. Who is it? Blur did correct?
Blur did the cutscenes.
the cutscenes,
343 ended up doing the uplift here for both the original and this one.
Yeah, but like everything looks great here.
This is how like I said before, this is how the game looks like in my mind, when I think back on it. And
Yeah,
they
like
did a good job about it.
That nostalgia is just like, if you told me this is like, yeah, this is how it looks in 2004, I would have been like, yeah, this is 100% how it looks. But I think it's great that we got the can literally compare it whenever you want. Just be like, yeah,
it's perfect.
It's right here.
Yeah, between this and the original, the fact that it just goes on the fly. The only thing about the original is that it doesn't swap during cutscenes. You can swap during cutscenes on this one.
Oh, and it's like jarring.
It's
so a jarring difference,
and they're out of sync, and it's so interesting how they like have it made. But either way, I still think it was a pretty great sort of a come up for this game, which is
for sure,
absolutely,
which is saying something because Halo 2 is Halo 2. Like
yeah,
it's phenomenal. One of the best games ever made. Still one of my favorite games of all time. But yeah, like they took what was there and like which was already like phenomenal and improved on it. So good on all of the teams that worked on these anniversary versions and Master Chief Collection.
Yeah. So what is a little bit of your history with the Master Chief and the Halo series?
Oh wow, yeah. So I've been like on board since the original. I was at 2001. So I probably would have been 11. I would have been like 11 when that originally came out. And I want to say it wasn't until maybe 2 years after that, so 2003. I believe my dad got me an Xbox as a gift, and the first game that I got with it was Halo Combat Evolved, and I've just been in love with the franchise ever since. Like, it's just every single one that's come out, I've been all about it. But I feel like Halo 2 was the one that just like really just like hit, like just really just like came out. I was like in my early teens, just that awful age.
Yeah.
Of just being an awkward child. And I just loved it. I was like, Halo 2. And and even to this day, like I still love this game, like I mentioned, but like I've been in since the beginning, and just seeing how the franchise has evolved over the years for better, for better or worse. Not everything's been perfect, but I'm still very much in love with this series.
I jumped in because the power of the Series X and S is you can just sort of just jump in on certain games and reload. I jumped into Halo 5 just to see like where we were, the last. I forgot about this damn thing. And the game does look fantastic. So I'm excited for where eventually the series has gone to in terms of fidelity and how it looks and how I want things to look. But when it comes to story, people are definitely divided on that, and we'll see with the upcoming Halo Infinite and how that comes to play as well.
Yeah, like I'm like it probably goes without saying, I'm very excited for Infinite. You know, there's been a lot of criticisms about what we have seen, but like
Mhm.
I've liked it personally. I've been fine with it. Like,
I
it's more
agree with you.
Halo.
I've been
Yeah,
fine with it since the first day we saw the gameplay footage. I know that maybe the character model of the guy that you talked to didn't look so great, but in
yeah,
terms of like how they showed the game and stuff like that, I was totally fine with it.
yeah.
But
I was happy about it. So
yeah, but
I'm curious to see like, what we get next, and hopefully sooner rather than later we get our hands on it.
what were you
Definitely when I'm
mostly focused on? Were you focused multiplayer kind of person or story?
um so definitely in like those Halo 2 days, like was when I went all in on multiplayer.
Hmm.
Just because like at the time it was so new, like it was such a new concept. Like obviously like not brand new or anything like that, but just like I guess it was the first one that I got really into
Yeah,
as far as multiplayer, and it's sort of navigating the online just ecosystem, I guess. But yeah, Halo. But I also just love the story as well. Like I was all about the story like all the time, and played through it multiple times on co-op as well. And yeah, like so I did a little bit of both, but like multiplayer, Halo 2 multiplayer just hit different, like
yeah.
it was great. So even yeah, it has a soft spot for me.
Do
I
you
even
good?
sorry, good.
No, good, good.
I I actually still have the same strategy guide
Oh, cool.
that I bought in 2004, the day that I bought Halo 2. So I have the strategy guide just on my shelf. What was that, November 2004? I
Yeah,
want to say, hold on, November 9th. I want to say it's November 9th,
it's in that
2004.
it's.
Yeah,
Got me looking. Hold on. I believe it is number 9 because that sounds familiar. Or that's Halo 3. I'm trying to remember.
I might be. Is it Halo 3? I'm gonna
November's
lock in my
always been
answer.
like a Halo
Yeah,
thing. So that's why, it sucks that Halo Infinite is December, but 100% like
I
November's
keep
always
trying to
been.
ADS. Oh my
No,
god,
you nailed it. November 9,
I
2004.
was right. Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Yeah, so like I still have that strategy guide that like my dad bought me Halo 2 and it came out like the way he bought me the first one. And I remember being at like GameStop, um, you know, opening night to pick it up. They're like, "Do you want to buy a strategy guide?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." And yeah, man, I've had that ever since, and probably like one of just my fondest possessions that I have to this day.
Did it actually have anything about the skulls and the secrets in the
Yeah,
game
it's all in there.
all
Yeah.
in there? Because I don't remember. Yeah, it was G4. It was cheats, and they were
Oh
showing the
yeah.
video. Yeah, they were showing the video of, I believe, how to get the soccer ball and to get the
Yeah,
special
I
scarab
remember.
like plasma gun. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And you had to do some like very obscure stuff to like get it to
It
do.
was very obtuse to do a lot of that stuff, but like it
Yeah,
was super cool when you did it.
yeah.
Oh my god,
You you had to like
unlock memories off.
yeah, you had to like lure a banshee to a certain area and then like take the banshee at the right time to then, if I'm not mistaken, to go up to like some random building which had this like plasma rifle. It was so cool, but it would shoot like a scarab, and that was awesome.
Yeah, yeah, that thing was nuts.
Trying to see, where is the next spot? Do we have to go to here? Is that underneath us?
So I
Let's
think
see.
you have to jump through here.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
some of it comes back to me pretty quickly, and others it does not.
No, for sure. I was going to ask,
Um,
do you remember your when you first got Xbox Live? What was the packaging or what it came with?
oh
And
god,
do you
it was
remember it was
like
not just cards back? It wasn't just cards back in the day. It was something else.
what was it? Because I remember like just everything, all of like the packaging or like the inside stuff was very very orange.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
remember orange and black was just the
Yes.
motif. I don't remember what else it came with.
So my
Um,
version, at least the one that I remember, it came with a headset, obviously, because back in the day,
oh yeah. Yeah.
the headset would have the little jack
Oh,
thing.
I got killed. I got swarmed.
Oh no! Oh no! I was all invisible. Can't get me if I'm
Oh,
invisible.
you're getting surrounded.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, parkour! Oh,
Oh no.
All right,
Elite gameplay right here.
there you go. Okay, cool. Down the rabbit hole we go. But yeah, mine came with a headset, obviously, which was new at the time of something that I've not ever done with games before. It's like the fact that we're gonna have voice communication
Yeah.
on a console. The closest thing I ever tried to get to was maybe the Dreamcast, and that was awful to do, and I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
succeeded because the internet I had was not ready for that infrastructure.
Dreamcast was ahead of its time.
Oh, 100%. 100% it was. And it also
Even though the
came,
internet wasn't there.
yeah, no, not at all. And it came with a copy with Crimson Skies, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh god, Crimson Skies. Yeah, I love that game.
Yeah.
That's another one that they should dig that up and do something with that franchise because I
It's sitting
loved
there.
Crimson Skies.
It's sitting there.
Yeah, people always talk about, kind of talk bad about Microsoft a lot and like their exclusives or lack thereof, but like they have stuff. It's just a matter of them not doing anything with them.
Yeah. Like,
But like there's
whoever
stuff
owns
there.
the rights to MechAssault, bring that back too.
Oh, MechAssault's another one. I was actually just thinking about that game the other day for just for whatever reason. Just thought about MechAssault.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was thinking about like, oh yeah, I want more
my
games
God.
of just mechs and robots and stuff. Like, because I was thinking about Titanfall,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, we need more like mecha games, and like I thought about MechAssault because those games are cool.
Yeah, back in the day, those games were a lot of fun, and I had a friend named Sidesy that would play it like constantly. There was always like a constant rotation between Halo. It was Halo this game. Halo 2. It was Dead or Alive 3, and then it was MechAssault, and we played that so much. Oh God,
Oh, it's getting real spicy over here.
yeah, it is. Oh, I'm dead. Good luck.
We're doing great.
We're doing so fine.
Good. We're doing so good.
Okay, I'm back. Actually, okay, cool. Nice. All right, I'm staying away from the shotgun guys. Clearly,
Whoop, my bad.
no, that's okay. Oh God, I got popped again.
Oh, they got you.
Yeah, that shotgun is no joke. Just immediately go invisible, hide. There you go. I'm back.
I'm
again.
terrified. I'm scared, Mario.
All right, I am back. Before our recording, obviously we got in a little bit. We're talking about Saga, and
Yeah.
Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples.
Fiona Staples, yeah.
Yes, and how much that book is not only awesome, the fact that it is sad that it's on still a hiatus.
Yeah, like it's been a while, and like I won't get into spoilers or anything like that, but it left on a pretty major cliffhanger, and it's been a while since like they've said anything, and part of me is always like a little worried. I was like, is it gonna come back? Like, I hope it comes back,
Yeah,
so we can have continuation or a conclusion even. So, but yeah, no, if that's not one that you've checked out or anyone's checked out, like I highly recommend Saga. Probably one of my favorite, I guess, modern comic series. Yeah, like it's so good. It gets weird, but like in a good way.
yeah.
Like it's very strange, but like I do love it quite a bit.
Just a heads up, you are alone.
Oh, all right.
Oh, you got this. Go invisible.
All right.
Go invisible. They don't even know you're there. You're good.
Oh, we're gonna progress. We're gonna do it.
Yeah,
Hit the
we
button.
did it. Survive. Okay.
Please hit the button. Okay, thank you. Oh, you're cool. That was flawless.
Flawless.
That's actually how it said to do it in the strategy guide.
Perfect.
Exact way.
Yeah. Have your friend die, go invisible, and run.
Yeah, that's how that's what they said on G4 on Cheat.
That's
That
right.
was their
Mhm.
like, if your friend dies, just be a coward.
Yeah, Kristen
and
Holt
run
told
away.
me exactly that. Kristen Holt.
Kristen Holt. I was trying to remember her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, not only do I remember her, I remember where I first saw her, which of course she was famously originally on American Idol.
On American Idol, right?
Yeah.
She was the one who like ran into the chair
Slipped-
or not the chair, the
straight
table,
up.
and she like fell under it.
Straight up, oh my God, what's his name? He was in, he just slipped underneath the ring on wrestling. I'm trying to remember his name. Titus O'Neil just slid right underneath the table as she was running to give them a hug. So great.
I remember that. I do remember that. It's just like, it's very interesting how she even ended up on G4 after something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Just an interesting trajectory. I'm curious like how she ended up there.
I'm good for her. I mean, being maybe
Yeah,
an
she's
awesome,
great.
gamer, and wanting to do something like this. And honestly, you just gave me appreciation. So now when I think about her, I think about video games. I think about cheat codes. She's
Yeah, like oh my god, I feel like because I've listened to like a handful of your other episodes. I think it was you and Logan that were talking about G4 pretty.
yeah.
Oh god, I just threw a grenade at myself by accident. I keep trying to ADS.
I
I was
know.
like, it's
I
not in this
know.
game.
I know.
I keep hitting the left trigger.
That as Halo, master of a lot, created so much things moving forward for first-person shooters. AOS is really great, and I'm glad that
Yeah,
they introduced that into later Halo games.
yeah. I'm just muscle memory is just not hitting the way I wanted to right now.
Yeah, I keep thinking reload is X, but it's a trigger. It's one of the
Yeah,
bumpers.
I've done. From first time I tried to reload when we were playing, I was like, "Oh, I'm invisible. Cool. I mean, thanks, but not what I was trying to do. But good to know."
You were saying, of course, about your history. You were
Oh,
talking about
okay.
us. Yeah, I believe it was Logan and I were talking about because
Yeah.
he actually got to interview Kevin Pereira,
Oh, yeah, yeah. I did see
which
that.
is
That's
awesome.
super cool. Yeah. Like, yeah. I mean, I definitely grew up watching like even like I guess the precursor to G4 like Tech TV and all that
Oh
stuff,
yeah.
and then when they kind of like became the same thing and like merged together, like
Yep.
yeah, I was all about that era, man. Because like I mean, I know we're like I think we're like around the same age, I'd say, but
Yeah, I'm trying to
yeah,
remember.
like
Do you remember the show? And I don't remember the name of it. It's driving me nuts because I love the show. It was two women and a guy, and they would sit around a table, and they would just
uh,
talk about games. One of the girls had like spiky white hair.
oh God,
She's famous, and I love her to death from my
was it
memories.
no, it wasn't Screensavers, was it?
No, Screensavers was
That's something else.
the original Attack of the Show.
Yeah, yeah. God, I'm blanking on it.
Yeah.
It's gonna drive me insane.
No, it's gonna drive me. It's
I
been
know
driving me.
exactly what you're talking.
But yeah, I watched it all the time. It was like a podcast. It was like a podcast show.
Yeah,
It was like podcast for a podcast. And I was like, this is great. There was that show,
yeah.
and then of course Arena I'd watch all the time as well.
Arena, I would watch all the time. Yeah, Arena was awesome, man. That was how that show kind of got me into Unreal. It's like they would always play Unreal in there, and like Unreal
Always.
Tournament. That's another one. I would love to see like make a proper comeback and
I mean,
just
it kind of did in a
it kind of
major
did.
out. Oh Jesus, because
Much of
I don't watch a lot of esports today at all. But that was to me the precursor to esports on television
yeah.
of being able to watch these. I don't know. I keep saying like I'm like, don't you know? But that was the time where I was watching video games being played somewhat competitively. Obviously, there's like fatality in them in the back growing up. But yeah, in a big bad way, that was the way we would be able to consume that kind of thing. And now I've seen it on like NBC, and I've seen it on Sports Center.
ESPN like has like it's insane like how much of a staple just like
Oh, getting hit hard.
people playing video games on TV has become, or just like for major venues and major events, and people are winning significant amounts of money.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and I
it's so
played
bizarre.
in the the LAN party days and the like
Yeah,
try to get some money, and I did not do it as nearly as well. But the prizes are definitely not that. The prizes back in the day were like, hey, you want booster, because it was a card shop, so like booster packs for Magic or something.
pretty good. Those things aren't cheap.
Things are not cheap. You get $100 worth of booster packs, that'd be great.
Oh man, it's just like just like thinking about like the G4 era. Like those are some of like my formative years of just like when I was like video games are really sick, dude. Like I was like, this is cool. Like this is like like being around like G4 and like seeing that like in its heyday. Ah, I died again.
Nah, it's fine. I died too.
Oh damn.
It's okay.
No, seeing G4 like kind of like coming up and doing its thing, and like and seeing where like the industry has kind of progressed over like the last like 15 or so years, 15 to 20 years since like Tech TV and G4, and obviously G4 is back now, and like it's just crazy to think about. Just I mean, I remember like you said, watching the episodes of Cheat talking about Halo 2, and like here we are
Mm-hmm.
on a podcast playing Halo 2.
No,
It's
it's
super
so
cool, man.
weird to think about that, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the things that we grew up with, we are now implementing in our own way. Like during my run at DualShockers, the review videos are just straight out of XPlay. Like
Yeah.
they're based on that style and everything that it's since then. Like if I watch an IGN video, if I watch another series like after. Sorry, a little bubbly from the Coke. Sorry about that. After G4, Adam Sessler worked on a place called Revision 3, and they also did a very similar style too. So I
Are
definitely
we
feel like
lost?
it's just
Sorry.
in the I know we're like I'm getting lost here.
I'm real to the router.
Yeah, like
Okay.
we gotta go down. We just came down that tube,
Yeah.
so I gotta go through this way.
I'm missing something.
But
Sorry, go ahead.
no, but the review process, I felt like hasn't very much changed since then, and
Yeah.
it's just because it's a good way to do it. Now, granted, I'm not going as crazy as XPlay used to do it, which was do skits in the middle of the show, like Drunk
Yeah.
Link or
Oh god, I remember so many skits. I mean, they always had the
we
whole
shoot
things with their
something?
interns. Do we have to shoot something?
This feels like a
Because
thing we gotta do, but I don't know.
I was looking for. Is there like a? There's not a button on this that like, I'm not seeing.
Yeah, that'd be cool though if they had like a special. Well, I think they kind of do have that. If you turn the old graphics on and you know what? Let me switch to old.
That's
graphics.
what I tried. I was like, did I? Is
Yeah.
something is an asset not like loading in properly? But I tried to do it in old graphics, and it's very gray, but nothing is.
Yeah,
Nothing's really here. What are we missing?
the
I
one.
bet it's gonna be real obvious.
Yeah, I know. That's gonna be like duh. The one thing I did comment a lot on during like the season 1 of Halo Forever was the reuse of assets, and like they got away with a lot of stuff, and I didn't mind. I was eating it up as a child. As an adult, I'm like, okay, this is the same corridor from a second.
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Like, all right, guys. You know,
I remember when this came out, it was like you were like, "Oh man, this is the pinnacle. It can't get better than this."
Mm-hmm.
And now you're just looking at it now. It's just like it's very gray. A lot of fog covering things.
Yeah, and they
Like, a lot of shortcuts. So like you know what? Like I have no problems with it, but yeah, it's just I don't know. Obviously, it just makes me feel like an old man talking about it. But like just the way things have progressed over the years, and between like not even just each Halo game, just these different iterations of Halo 2.
It's up ahead if you're far back there. Yeah, it's down. Yeah, it's down the way.
I could have sworn we came this way. Maybe
I think
maybe
because we got turned around. I think. Yeah, because there's monsters here. Yep.
Oh, because we got killed. So I think we got turned.
We got turned.
We got
two turns.
We got two turn. Oh
god.
Speaking of two turn,
don't kill me. All right, cool. Let's see here. Speaking of two turn, have you been keeping up with comics in any way?
Not as much as I would like to. I mean, I sort of have like my Comixology subscriptions that I keep getting, but I just I need to catch up. As far as stuff that like I have been actively reading, that again, like I have all the comics for it, but I fell off a few issues ago. Something is Killing the Children is one that I've been really into. It's like a really good like horror comic. I don't know how familiar with it you are.
No, I've never heard of it.
It's like from Boom Studios. Super cool. Super dark. As if the title wasn't an indication of that. No, like it's like very like dark sci-fi like horror type stuff, and like it's really cool. That's one I'm trying to catch up on. I have the first 2 issues of Batman '89, which I don't know if you've heard about that.
Yeah, I heard.
Where it's like
okay,
yeah, so it's like the follow up of like Tim Burton's Batman stories. So it's like everything has like the same visual style as like the Burton Batman films, but they're kind of just like imagine if like there was a part 3. So like you have Billy D. Williams as like Two-Face, and then
so awesome.
I guess it's like it's supposed to be because Marlon Wayans was supposed to be Robin.
Yes.
And they have like a character, his Robin is in there, and it's like I haven't read them yet, but like there's only 2 issues out, but it sounds super cool. I was like, I need to read this, but I need to catch up before I get too far behind.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing that I started, and I think there was a delay because of COVID, and because of that, I got pushed back. But the Last Ronin, which is like
Oh
the
yeah.
Ninja Turtles comic, where like one of them got killed, or sorry, three of them got killed, and only one of them survives. And like, I won't like give away for
Who it
whoever
is
wants to
or
read it,
mhm.
because yeah, I mean, it gets revealed at like the end of the first issue, like who it is, but yeah, it's almost like kind of like Dark Knight Returns kind of like vibe, where it's like kind of in the future, and like you know the battle with the Foot Clan is just like just been awful pretty much. And yeah, but it's like it's like that first issue, like when I read it was really good, so that's another one I need to catch up on. But as far as comics, that's my long-winded answer to your question.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, because I go in and out of seasons with comics. Like
Yeah.
I got really back into it in college, roughly around the Rebirth era, like during Blackest Night.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And so that was sort of my intake. And then yeah, Saga, brought that in with me as well. Just sort of getting into those stories. American Vampire was another
Oh
big
yeah,
book
that's a
that
good
I would
one.
read.
Yeah. Was that Scott Snyder, I believe, right?
That is Scott Snyder,
Yes, yes.
and I don't know if I forgot if I told the story already on this show or not, but Scott Snyder, used to be very accessible back then, and
Yeah.
you could talk to him on Facebook, and he'll talk back, and he'll have conversations, and he actually remembered me once. I got you. It's fine. I avenged
Cool.
you.
Appreciate it.
And he remembered me once at a C2E2 here, which is a convention in Chicago,
Mhm.
and he signed my book, and I was very happy about that. So I have it signed, somewhere back there, American
Oh,
Vampire.
that's awesome.
And of course, the very next year, his new 52 Batman run comes out, and he's a very tough man to talk to now.
Yeah, now he's like one of the big names in comics, and I remember that new 52 run was so good, Court
Yeah.
of Owls and all that
Mhm.
stuff. So good.
Yeah, leading all the way up to the Joker story, and then
Yeah, yeah. What Death in the Family, or
Death
of the
of the
Family.
Family, I think,
Right.
right?
Yeah, Death in the Family was the old one.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, the all the way through, and then yeah, he did Superman for a bit. I think he's doing Justice League, or I don't know what he's doing now. It's been a while.
I think I feel like he definitely did do Justice League. I don't know how current that is though. I know I'm definitely behind.
Yeah, I'm behind, especially on American Vampire too, because there was a period of time where he took a hiatus, and I know that they came back at some point. But
That sounds right.
no, comics
Oh
are
yeah,
fun.
I definitely wanted to like. So I have like a very like back and forth relationship with like just the Star Wars franchise,
Sure.
and I've heard very good things about the High Republic stuff because I wanted to check that out because I'm kind of tired of just like Skywalker saga stuff, and I
Yeah.
was like, give me something different, give me something out there, and yeah, like they're doing some cool stuff from like what I've seen. So I definitely that's definitely on my list
Oop, that's a hole.
to check out. You fell in the hole.
No, I saw a hole. I was like, "Ooh!" I got thrown in the air somehow. That was crazy.
Uh,
Oh, I shot my friend. My bad.
But yeah, High Republic stuff like seems cool, but yeah, like I've kind of just shied away from, I guess, anything Star Wars related that is just like very familiar.
Mhm.
Like yeah. So like some of the shows interest me, but not all of them. I kind of just want them. I kind of wish they would explore a bit more and just not stay in a kind of safe little Skywalker bubble, I guess.
Of course.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, yeah, in some aspects, I agree with that. Like, I actually did enjoy the Bad Batch for how
Still
it
need to
was.
watch that. I do want to watch that.
Yeah, I forgot 16 episodes, which I think is kind of a lot. I think they really should have probably trimmed out a few of those because some of the main plots, like they do a whole lot of like side adventures, and while those are cool, I do like plot-driven things, and the plot that they were kind of building to was interesting, especially setting up all the Camino stuff of like what does happen to that after Revenge of the Sith and between Star Wars. So
Yeah, that does sound. That's definitely something I want to like check out. Like, it definitely interested me, and like because I love Clone Wars. So obviously, it's like Bad Batch is like a spin-off of that.
Yeah,
so.
and as someone who actually, I watched I try to watch the entire first season. I probably will decide to like look at someone's ranking order and just watch those episodes because there was something. I think there's something about the early episodes that were definitely deemed towards a certain group of audience, and then I thought that they
Oh,
definitely matured into storytelling later on. Like I do want to watch that last season because that last season sounds like it was really cool.
oh yeah, that last season of Clone Wars is phenomenal. Like,
We supposed to
but
be
like you
going
said,
somewhere?
I'm trying to like figure it out. I feel like I'm getting very turned around a lot.
Yeah, I keep remembering like Halo had like waypoints. Every now and then there'd be a marker, but that's because you would do bad, and then it'd be like
Yeah,
you go
that's when the
here.
game is like, "Hey, idiot, where are you
Yeah,
going? It's this way."
yeah, yeah.
So those like yeah, hate like waypoints in these games are kind of just happen. I don't know exactly what the trigger is. I'm guessing it's timing based, where it's like, hey,
Oh,
all
oh,
right,
oh, we did
whatever
it.
you did,
I
whatever you
didn't.
did, you got it.
I didn't. You did it.
Oh, I did it.
Yeah.
Did I do something?
I don't know. You got us through though. That was the
I
level.
mean, yeah, flawless, just like the strategy guide said.
That's that's perfect. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and put us here, and then we'll close out our conversation, and then we'll end the
Cool,
show.
awesome.
But yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah, like, I mean, I do enjoy Star Wars, but I've kind of like shied away from it. But I'm always interested in like going back and seeing what's up. So
No, for sure. Hopefully, this upcoming. I think. Oh my God, there's so much. There's an Andor show. There's a Boba Fett show. There's
so many
Mandalorian
shows.
3. There's freaking Obi-Wan, and then we have Visions, which Visions looks really cool. I'm very excited.
Visions, I'm really excited for because like that kind of falls into like the idea of just like give me weird stuff, like give me things that are different, like not
Yeah.
connected, and aesthetically, it's just like I'm here for this. Like, yeah, so I'm just give me like anime influence in Star Wars. So like I'm very excited for that. So and that's this week actually. Yeah,
It is, isn't it? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
think it's sorry if I dated the podcast, but
No, it's fine. Well, actually, this should be coming out this week that we're recording. So yeah, it is this
awesome.
week.
That works then.
Also, watch What If. Whatever.
Yeah.
Right before, watch this first, then watch What If. It comes out on the
Yeah.
same day. But otherwise, we are obviously in the middle of Hispanic Heritage Month. We are both Latinx or Latinos, or however people like to describe that. How does it feel to be someone in a community that people could aspire to do, like people that love reading about commentary and reviews and stuff like that, to be someone that is doing that? And I don't know, who are some people that you looked up to, or who do you feel like you wish was represented? It's a loaded question that I just gave you.
Oh, man.
Hopefully you can approach it in any way you want. It's like a stealth mission with different entry points.
I mean, definitely in more recent years, like there's been just like a big push for, I guess, representation and inclusion. Like we have organizations like Latinos in gaming, like those are awesome people there, and like shout out to them. And yeah, like everything that they do is like fantastic. And then we have people like Janet Garcia and Natalie over at Fanbyte, and just like all these like really cool people, really awesome people who are just like kind of paving the way. Like whether they are like aware of that or not, like they're paving the way for, I guess, like the next generation, because like it's difficult sort of jumping into like this industry because like you don't necessarily see yourself, and watching G4, not often did we see Latinx people, or every now and then we see like people of color, and now it's just like it feels like that is becoming just not even, it's kind of an afterthought. It's just like, yeah, these people exist in this industry and like they belong here and we belong here, and I feel like that's going to be very beneficial to younger kids that are like growing up and just consuming this content, and like whether they're watching streams or watching just YouTube content, or reading things that we're writing, or videos that we're producing and stuff like that. So I think it's very it's a very just important thing that just I'm glad is more accessible now, and like I'm glad more people, more diverse of more diverse backgrounds are able to sort of be represented and touch on different stories and give their input. And for instance, like there was a whole thing about like a lot of discourse around like the Far Cry 6 thing, and like I think it's a lot of people have like come out like and given their their input and their perspective on that sort of that sort of topic. And I'm glad that the people that are from Latin America, or American born Latinx people are being given the outlet to sort of address these things that more or less might not resonate to a white person in the industry. You know what I mean? But I'm glad that we've come a long way as an industry. Obviously, way more progress that should be made. Like, definitely, I'm not saying that. Yeah, we got a few Puerto Ricans. Like, we're good. No, but
Yeah.
yeah, like, give, give us some more Puerto Ricans. Give us more more Latino people and more Latinx people and more people of color. And
Yeah.
it's important. Like, because we're here. Like, and just as much as like we love to touch on this content, we love video games and we love all this like pop culture stuff, and like we all grew up on it. And I'm glad that's kind of like the sort of the changing tides, and for the better, for sure. Like, so I'm glad that a lot of outlets have been sort of pushing for like Hispanic Heritage Month stuff, and I'm glad to see it. So I'm hoping that it's not just for this month, and I hope it persists, and we get we get more of our people out there.
No, for sure. And then it's funny because the only person that comes to mind, and I've been loving video games and stuff all my life, and I've watched, like I said, we talked about G4 specifically. It wasn't until like I haven't met him yet. I really would love to meet him. Ray Navarez from Achievement Hunter. He was the first one. I'm like, oh wow, there's a Hispanic guy on the internet doing the thing I want to do. And for him, obviously his gamer tag's Brown Man, but for him to separate from the group and do his own thing and be successful in his own right was always something that I found very inspiring. Even leaving something as big as Rooster Teeth at the time, and then finally now being in the industry and seeing there's so many more voices than just one. There's, like you said, Janet Garcia is one, Kate Sanchez is another, and then of course you got my boy Kevin Diaz, who is banned on this show, but he will probably show up on a later episode.
Kevin's a good dude.
He's a PlayStation guy. He doesn't know what Halo is.
Heathen.
Heathen indeed.
That's what we call him.
Exactly. And Elaine Gomez, and just so many wonderful, amazing people that I'm glad to share somewhat of a space, and to share it obviously with you, Cam, to be here and play and talk about games passionately and have a good time, and hopefully put this out in the universe where people are enjoying this and listening to us and enjoying the ride through Halo, but also enjoying the people along the way. And it's a big, beautiful thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like I'm in very good company with yourself and then everyone else you've had on here. So
no,
I'm very happy to be here. Very flattered that you invited me on.
No, absolutely. You're definitely one of the first people I thought about in general. From DualShockers, I wanted to spread them out so that way I'd have some flavor. But then I love that in the since the fall of DualShockers, people have gone to wonderful places like Outerhaven and IGN and Fanbyte and some other places. So it's been lovely, and to have you part of this journey has been a blast. I again thank you so much, and would love for you to tell everyone where they can find you.
So you can find me on Twitter at Green Eggs and Cam. That's with a Z. You can also find a lot of my writing portfolios on there as well. Currently writing over at the Outerhaven. Going to be doing just general news stuff as in addition to lined up to do some reviews soon. So keep an eye out for those. Probably going to see what kind of spicy editorials I can put out. See what happens with that. So. Yeah, so I'm around. So if anyone wants to chat about just video games or just like anything, especially like now, like during Hispanic Heritage Month, I would love to just get into the nuances of that as deep as that might go. So I'm very, very open to chat, and yeah, just come hit me up, come say what's up. My DMs are open.
Wonderful. And of course, everyone, thank you for joining us on this journey, where you can, of course, like and subscribe down below if you can, as we build the channel and more people get to see it. Very much would appreciate that. And of course, you can leave a comment if you have anything you want me to possibly answer. I do read those, so please let me know. You can, of course, find me not at that Mario Rivera. You can find me at Night Mute City is what I have right now. And I do have a podcast over at the youtube.com/point in progress, where we talk about news and some spicy takes, as well as launching some other new products and some reviews over there. So definitely check that out. And until next time, let's finish this fight.